Yo, what's up, dude? Back again, BUSINESS ENQ. In this episode, I'm gonna show you how to sample in Logic. I'm gonna also give a free sample pack of both drum breaks and hook riff samples. Stay tuned, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be so much fun. I'm so excited for today's episode. Let's get into this. Before we get into the beat making video, because I'm actually showing you how to sample, obviously I'm gonna have to promote myself just a little. My name is BUSINESS. I have this awesome YouTube channel all about making music. I give away everything for free. Everything is for free, and the only way to keep this alive is to support me on Patreon. There's a bunch of links in the description, so go ahead. You will be redirected to Patreon. Make up your mind to support me and keep alive the channel. Also, to do the same thing, you can go to the BUSINESS store. Brand new t-shirt. You gotta make me feel you before you make me feel you. Brand new t-shirt, link in the description. Let's get into the video. So when it comes to sample, okay, as I said in the beginning, I gave away in this episode a Untitled folder, drum sample pack, both drum breaks and hook riffs. All right, so that's 5 samples. I'm gonna show you how to actually use this sample pack to make your own beats, old school hip hop records. Okay, so if you're a Logic user, of course I hope you are, and if you don't, get Logic, and because sampling in Logic is so much fun, it's so much money. You make beats very simply just by taking the sample, which you will find in the description box. As I said, the sample pack, you'll get it. So you take one sample, you drag it into the project file. So as you can see, I've imported this. As far as the hook riff, I took Bonnie Dobson. If you can recognize the sample, put it in the comment section down below, because I like all the time to have people who actually find out the sample that I use in my sampling beat making videos. And then I got the drum break, which is one of these. It's one of these, man. The Backyard have these. All right, so let's take a listen to what I did. Okay, when you want to sample, as I said, you take the sample, you drag it into Logic. So the first step you want to do once you have your sample into Logic is actually to find the BPM. So as you can see, I pull out the BPM plugin, free plugin stocked in Logic. Okay, and basically all you gotta do is to let the beat play, let the instrument play. And I really like the BPM counter built into Logic because it's mostly pretty precise. I got a comment on that positively. And so once you know the BPM, you set the BPM of the file to be the same as you find the BPM and trying to make a loop out of it. Okay, once you have a loop out of it, you want to click this little icon, the flex button. You just click on it. You make sure it's click over here, and you choose either the polyphonic or the slicing. If you choose the slicing, which I mostly advise people when it comes to sample, is because what you can do once you have your what you can do with slicing is pretty awesome, because all you have to do is actually get you need to get the loop, the perfect loop. Okay, so when you have the flex mode on the slicing algorithm, all you need to actually do is to take one flex line, just like I did it. Okay, you click on it, it shows mostly, you just click on it, it'll give you the flex thing. So once you have the flex thing, you want to drag it to the next beat that you want that particular sound to be at. So this is what I did. I took the drum break that I wanted to sample, I put it into a brand new track. Okay, and remember, I'm at the BPM of the instrument, not 91, but in this case it would have been 80.1. Okay, so I'm working at 80.1, and as I'm working at 80.1, I take my drum break. This is the simplest way and the most classic way to do sampling. So I'm at the BPM of the instrument in a brand new track. I make sure that I got my perfect loop on slicing, so I have the snare practically perfectly on the 2, and I have all the other instrument, maybe the junks like hi-hats on the beat that I want the hi-hat to be at. I got the kick perfectly on the beat, and once I have my loop, this is what I did, right? And I got my perfect drum break. Remember, I'm working still at 80.1, so once I have the perfect drum and I sliced all the flex to the beat I want that particular sound to be at, then I can fuck with the tempo, and you can set right here the tempo, and it will basically transform the drum break to that BPM that you set in your file. Okay, so if you have it on slicing, basically the sound, it will be not modified, so Logic will try to keep the sound perfect, if that makes any sense to you. So basically these are the drum breaks that will be in the pack, and obviously to keep this alive, for me to give you also all the time stuff for free, provide the support on Patreon, or get an awesome design, you gotta make me feel before you make me feel you t-shirt. So once you have the drum break, let's take a listen. As you can see, it's perfect on the beat. And if we zoom all the way in, I just wanted to make sure that you understand what I'm doing is completely perfect. So if I got right here, I've got my flex on that beat that I wanted to be at. 2.2, I got my snare perfectly on beat. When you sample, all right, the slicing algorithm is I gotta comment on that, man. I gotta say that Logic did a great job with slicing. It's really tough, you know, to sometimes to use a loop sampling and have everything on the beat. And remember, nowadays, this is what you gotta do. You know, you gotta have your instruments always on beat, even with a classic hip hop instrumentals. Okay, so I gotta comment on that, and I gotta say that Logic did a great job. I like it so much. Okay, so then I did the same thing for the hook riff sample. So I chose the Bonnie Bonson Milk and Honey. So let's take a listen to the sample. I did it the same thing that I did it for the drum break. I took the sample, imported it into Logic, and basically did the same thing that I did with the drum. Okay, flex mode, slicing, found the loop. This was the loop that I found. I made sure that I set it on the loop that I wanted, the 2 bars, so I drag it all the way to the second bar, which in this case is the 3rd bar, but you get what I'm saying. And then I did it the same thing. I made sure that I had the sound on the beat I wanted the sound to be at. I didn't have to do it because the loop was pretty perfect. Let's take a listen to it. As you can see, the loop is perfect. Now, if you want to know the channel strip that I used to make it sound the way it does, because it's not the record sound, so this is my channel strip. Let's get to mixing. Okay, so this is how you sample. This is what it sounds all together. By the way, I wanted to know if you would like me to rap on it. I did it already, wrote the whole song, but I just want your opinion. Do you like the beat? Would you like me to rap on it? Please comment in the section down below. Give me your opinion, because I really want to know what you think about it. So as far as the effects that you want to know, the effects that I'm using for the sample, let's break it down plugin by plugin. So the first one, okay, this was raw. This is the sample raw. All right, and then I put a channel EQ. So let's start with the channel EQ. This is the channel EQ preset that I use all the time. So you will get this in the comment section down below. That's also the link for the project file. This is the channel strip, and again, this is completely free. Everything I give away for free. To keep this alive, you can go to Patreon, see what's happening on Patreon, how you can support me. There's 2 tiers, a friend tier and a family tier, or you can get a great awesome t-shirt, heavily requested. You gotta make me feed you before you make me feel t-shirts. But back to the beat. Basically, the EQ that I'm using for this one is pretty standard. I got this boosted all the way because this is the bass frequency. These are frequency I didn't like too much of highs. I want to leave room for the vocals, or maybe for other instrument that I want to put in the chorus or in the pre-chorus. And then I took out a lot of the highs and the lows. This is what I have. Can you see the difference? So I'm boosting the bass, so I don't need no 808s. This is just classic hip hop. There are a strong fan base who really want to listen to this shit, man. Me personally, I'm one of them. I like to listen to classic hip hop. So don't worry about it. You can make an awesome instrument, and it'll be a lot of people wanting to listen to it. This is my EQ preset. Let's get to the second plugin, which is a platinum verb. I'm gonna show you how to get the platinum verb. This is with. This is without it. Subtle, huh? Subtle is significant. Subtle is key. Subtle is everything in music production. So the way to find the platinum verb plugin, you want to go all the way down here, and then you want to hold down Alt, okay, and then your legacy show up, right? And then you got your platinum verb. But if you just click on it, you won't be able to see legacy. All right, so you just hold down Alt, and you'll be able to find the platinum verb. And then again, the preset, pretty easy. 1.15, 42% of wet, and then pre-delay 10 milliseconds. This is what I did to default. That comes with platinum verb. Next up, I got a pitch shift, and I gotta say, man, I give away everything for free. This Logic Pro X file is going to be available for you to download. And again, you can support me on Patreon, and you can get a t-shirt, which really helps me keep this alive. The pitch shifter is something that every producers nowadays use, right? You can obviously you modify the sound when you change the tempo of the loop, but to change it even further, right? Because maybe your vocals just sounds better on a particular pitch. The same goes for the artist you're producing the record for. And so what I'm using is the way you use it, you should know already. If you don't, you choose the timing, pitch, tracking. You can choose between tracking and vocals, maybe drums and speech as well. Make sure that the algorithm is what you wanna. So I chose the pitch tracking, which sounds perfect to me. This is what I use all the time. And then I mix it to 100%, and the semitones to -1. Okay, this is with it. This is without it. You feel me? All right, so man, I got my level to -15, and basically I go for the drum. So once you have the loop sample, everything on time, everything is perfect, you can leave the drum break play on it, and you got your records. All right, this is classic hip hop, so it just sounds good by itself. Okay, you can just rearrange it to have the intro, and maybe you can do some little differences, as I said in the beginning, in the chorus or in the pre-chorus, maybe adding some instrument of your own. You can add a piano. You can use stock Logic plugin instruments. It all sounds perfect. Before we wrap up this, I want to show you what I did to the drums. I just throw in there just a little EQ, very easy, nothing too much complicated. I just boosted over here for the drop, for the kick, took out some of the lows, some of the highs as well, and then this is what I got so far, you know. This is just a very simple drum break and a sample, classic hip hop. I really like it. I like it so much. That's an awesome YouTube. That's awesome YouTube channels I subscribe, which I put in the comment section down below for me to search for samples. And maybe that'll help you out as well. So this is what I got for you today. How to sample in drum. How to be sampling in Logic Pro X, just using the flex mode slicing and using loops. You can get the free download sample pack is in the description down below. To keep this alive, you can go to patreon.com/realmarlboromorris. Got 2 tiers, a family tier and a friend tier. Choose between the 2 to support this and to keep this alive. Today I don't want to get political, it's late, I want to do my own thing. I just wanted to share with you this amazing sample pack. My name is BUSINESS ENQ. You already know how it goes, man. See you later.